digital representation of data, numbers. Now, we've kind of looked at numbers before when we looked at text, but when we looked at them in the context of text, numbers were only seen as a symbol. And that's where we're going to look a bit differently as numbers this time, as numbers, the data type. So essentially, as with text, number is a data type which displays simple characters and symbols within an information system. Unlike text, though, numbers are recognized as their corresponding mathematical values, which means they can be used for calculations. Numbers are entered, recognized, stored, and presented by an information system in the following ways. So, what we're trying to say with numbers is essentially they are recognized with their corresponding mathematical values. And you guys know your numbers. The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0. The numbers can all be strung together in different ways to make bigger and larger values, and they're not always just simple calculations that we do in our calculator, but numbers may be used to represent volume, the tempo of a song, the speed at which a video plays, the humidity level for weather or the temperature, okay? And obviously, these numbers are calculated for specific purposes by information systems. So firstly, we'll look at how numbers are collected. And numbers can be collected the same way text is, through keyboards, keypads, and touchscreens. But also numbers can be collected in a variety of other ways pending the information system, such as barcode readers, which are put on products in a store, such as the supermarket, and those barcodes get scanned and the numbers are retrieved off that barcode so it can find it within the store's database. Magnetic strip readers are on your bank cards as well as any type of membership card, which let the system read your actual account number. And the same information these days can also be read through NFC technology. And those same types of cards sometimes have a little chip on them that allow you to be in close proximity and just tap the actual device, and then it retrieves the numbers from that device that way. So numbers are very varied in how they may be used by information systems in how they actually go into the system. Secondly is the processing. Okay, numbers are recognized by systems as having a value and therefore can be used for calculations and comparisons in conjunction with other numeric data. So it's not just the actual calculations, but we can compare numbers with each other too. They're greater than and less than each other. Okay, we can sort them in an order based on their values and putting them in order from highest to lowest or lowest to highest. So they're also important in that way to us too. And that's how they are processed. Okay, and numbers are meant to be processed, hence why we're using their values. We want to process the combinations of their values, and that's why it's a meaningful data type to information systems. For storage, okay, this is where it's very different to actual text. Text recognized every character as a symbol, okay, and those symbols were based on ASCII and Unicode. But the numbers are recognized in a different way, okay. Numbers are recognized by systems as what's known as an integer, which reserve 4 bytes of memory per number, okay, and numbers could possibly change based on the calculations. Okay, this is based on binary zeros and one values being used to calculate and represent the numbers. Okay, so an actual integer, it's 4 bytes, can represent obviously your single digit number, but also larger numbers too, going into the millions. Okay, anything that goes really, really large, and we're talking like billions upon billions, we use what's known as a long integer, but it's still the data type used to represent and store numbers on a system. Okay, is what's known as an integer. Okay, and that's how it's stored within a system, because we know that numbers are likely to change based on calculations. And then finally, numbers displayed through presentation of the numbers symbols, okay, on the user's screen. Okay, you obviously press numbers and you see them appear on the monitor. Even on your calculator, you have your little green strip there that displays the numbers as you're pressing them, okay? And that's the same when they're on computer systems too. We see them on screen. We can also print them off, okay, on receipts, and we see them come up there, or on invoices, which we can then use to as reference numbers if we're going to look up specific records in a system. So I hope this video has been a good introduction into the digital representation, okay, of data in relation to numbers. And specifically, numbers have their values, and that's what makes them different to text. And those values can be calculated and compared by information systems in order to achieve their purposes.